You think you have a weak memory, but if I ask you right now, which is the most embarrassing moment of your life? Even if it is 10 years old, you just remembered it. And I know you just felt it as well. Hello everyone, this is Jyoti, your maths teacher and your brain coach for accelerated learning. This is a video in continuation of the memory series. Now I will continue some more questions. First one, do you remember when your teacher really appreciated you in front of everybody? Do you remember when your parents felt extremely proud of you? Do you remember the moment when your best friend said something to you and you were really hurt? And do you remember what you had in breakfast 3 days back? Or what was your mother wearing few days back? Like 2 days back maybe? Now, why is this so? In certain cases, your memory behaves incredibly well, even if at the moment is 10 years old or 5 years old. But if I'm asking you something from just 2 days back, you are taking a lot of effort and your memory just doesn't seem to respond. I have already discussed 3 hours of memory in my first video. The link is in the description box. You may go check it. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon. Let's continue with the 3 hours of memory. And today I will discuss the principles associated with retention. Retention is all about storage. And this supercomputer here has infinite storage. What are the principles associated as to why we store certain thing and why we do not store certain thing? One of the principles that I've already discussed is attention. That is when you just cannot remember whether you have locked the car, or did you lock the house, or did you switch off the geyser while reaching office. Why does that happen? Because you are busy with some other thoughts and you were just not paying attention to the activity. You were on an automatic mode. That is why your brain did not store it, and that is why you could not recall it. Recall will be done only if something is stored. If something is not stored, even the recall will not work. So that was the principle. First principle, pay attention. That is why your teachers keep telling you, pay attention. Now, the next principle is interest. Yes, interest. If you have interest in something, your memory works really good. A child may not be good in remembering the history timeline as to which year what event happened, on what date what occurred. But if you ask him what is the highest score of his favorite sports person, the favorite cricketer, he'll tell you like this. And he will even tell you when did he score it, where was the match, and all other things of that match. So if you're not good at remembering numbers, please do not question your memory. It is just a matter of interest. And sadly, you are always a little bit less interested in studies. That is why your memory works differently there. But do not question your memory. This has immense storage. You just need to work on the principles. Let's look at the next principle. The next principle is emotion. The higher the intensity of emotion, quickly it will store in your brain. That is why you remembered your most embarrassing moment. That is why you remember when your friend said something and you were hurt. That is why you remember when you were really appreciated, because your emotions were really high and your brain takes notice of every time your emotion goes on a peak. But there was no emotion having that breakfast 2 days back. That is why it's not stored. There is no emotion in what your mother was wearing 2 days back. Yes, but when she's extremely beautifully dressed for something special, maybe for your occasion, then you will remember what she's wearing. So, emotion, more emotions associated, high level of emotions associated, quick is your storage. Sadly, again, when you are studying, you are basically at a zero emotion. So, anything multiplied by zero is zero, right? So, your emotion for your favorite subject rises high, so you learn quickly. And if you dislike a subject, I don't want to use the word hate, but if you hate a certain topic or a subject, you may not be able to understand it or learn it or write it in the paper, but even after 5 years later, 10 years later, you would hear even your parents saying this, oh, I hated that chapter. That name and that content and then some images must be still in the memory. Yes, so emotions. So if you regulate your emotions, you have better chances of retention. Now, next principle associated with memory or quick storage is repetition or a pattern. Most of your learning is through repetition. You learned your countings because you kept repeating them. You learned ABCD because you kept repeating them. And most of the times you try to learn one day before exams by repeating and repeating without associating any meaning to it or any emotion to it, just repeating. And to some level it might get stored, but not at a deeper level. Maybe after the exams you're again gone, right? So repetition, yes, it helps. The other is pattern. Like if I tell you right now that the height of a mountain Fuji is 1, 2, 3, 6, 5. Your brain has automatic programs of finding patterns, keeping similar things at one place. And here, if I keep it like 12 months and 365 days, now you're not going to forget it. You've just learned it. Try it after 10 days also, you will remember this 5-digit figure. Just because there is a pattern. It gets embedded into your neurons quickly. So try and find patterns when you are learning. Right? Now the next one is tangible. What is tangible? Tangible is something which you have an image for, you can touch it or you can draw it. That is tangible. Like if I tell you a cat, you have an image in your mind. If I tell you a bat, you have an image in your mind. That is why you were told A for apple and B for ball, so that you learn those ABCDs with the image associated with it. But now sadly, what is the image that comes to your mind for the word energy? Heat, work done, right? So make sure you have images for them. Otherwise, it's all rote learning, surface learning, and you will forget it quickly. And you create images on your own if you are not able to. It's between you and your brain. So, if you do not have an image for any tool, you can create it Nattu Kaka. Who knows it? It's just you and your brain and your little secret. And more images in your brain, more quick retention, and easy recall. Next video I'll make only on how to visualize, how to imagine for better memory. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more powerful than knowledge because knowledge limits you, but imagination opens the world for you. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon so that when I make the next video on how to visualize for better memory, you get the notification. Till then, work at least on 2-3 of them so that your memory works quickly. Try and associate some principles when you are learning. Till then, bye bye.